What is up, guys? Welcome to Breaking the Iceberg, the podcast where we answer the silliest icebreaker questions you have never heard before. Thank you so much for tuning in with us today. If this is your first time with us, we really, really appreciate it. We are all about asking and answering silly icebreaker questions. These are great for long road trips. Maybe you're hanging out with the boys, just trying to have a funny conversation. Maybe you need some kind of topic to bring up to your coworkers to kill some time. These are the perfect questions for you. In fact, today I have Kai on with us. If you guys are familiar with the show, Kai is the OG. He is the first one that was on the podcast. We have some unreleased content, which we were actually just talking about maybe releasing down the road. Keep an eye out for that. But Kai is the OG. Today, we have a special episode for you because today is the first fan submitted questions only episode, which means we have pulled the fans to provide the best silly icebreaker questions they are aware of. And because we have so many followers now on Instagram, we've actually gotten some feedback and gotten enough questions to create an episode here. So we have a pretty exciting one for us today. Thank you guys again for tuning in with us. Kai, welcome back to the show.
Thanks for having me again. I'm excited. I saw the numbies and I was like, I have to come back. I have to come back. I gotta try and steal some of your clout now.
That's what I'm here for, bro. I mean, we're getting popular, and I think it's partially because you're coming on. So maybe
Oh,
maybe I'm the one stealing your
I
clout.
appreciate it. I'll take the
But
glaze anywhere I can get it.
I know you will, Kai. I know you will. Well, thank you so much for coming on, Kai. Like I said, today is going to be fan questions only. So they're going to be a little bit different than my style. And I do apologize to some of the fans. I also adapted some of your questions if I felt it had a little bit of better fit in a more Sam version style. So I do apologize if it's not the exact way you liked it or had planned it. But I did take your question. It's mostly your guys' questions, some word for word, some slightly changed. So keep that in mind. With that said, are you ready to jump into the questions, Kai?
Let's get it.
All right, baby. Let's break the ice. Number one. Thank you, Allison Waldman, for providing this question. If everyone in the world stopped sneezing, how long would it take you to notice?
Years. I think it'd be years before I ever noticed that.
Talk to me about the thought process. Why, like, what are the stages of you, like, maybe starting to get suspicious?
So I think the things would have to be like if you're a big allergy person, like I'm not, I do not have a lot of allergies, like thankfully, like when we're in the spring and there's pollen all over the place, it does not bother me too much. Like I might sneeze every once in a while, but I'm not sneezing with any kind of consistency, I don't think. Like maybe once a week, and it's not something I ever think about. So I think it'd be a long time before I was like, wow, I haven't sneezed in a while. It's not something that is like consciously happening for me, or I'm having any type of like real reactions when I sneeze. Like, not a big, like, I'm not, oh man, I'm trying to think if there's any reason I would notice it before. There's a good chance I'd never notice that happened, I don't think.
What about like other people that, like, do you know anyone that sneezes a ton?
No, not really.
Like,
Not that
not
I'm
that comes to
thinking
mind.
of. Or even if the people that I do, it's like I think sneeze and a cough are so close together that I don't think I would ever notice. Like because your coughing's still going to be happening or stuff like that. Where I think if all of that stopped, I would probably notice it more quickly. But if it's just sneezing, it's going to be a long time.
Okay. Okay. What do you think there would be a point? I would have to imagine there's a point in your life where after 5 years of not sneezing, you're like, it's been a minute since I sneezed. Or do you think that wouldn't happen? It doesn't
I'm
happen
being so
enough.
serious. I don't think that would happen for me. I don't. Do
Okay.
you think about like between? Wow, it's been a while since I've sneezed.
No, but if it had been like 10 years, it might cross my mind. I would think.
See, the only thing for sneezing for me, I'm in this mindset where I just very much it's gonna like when it happens, I notice it then, and then I never think about it again.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
I
So
don't
do
think
you
I
think,
don't spend any time of my day, even when I sneeze, thinking about sneezing.
That's fair. I don't think you're alone in that either. Like I understand your point. I'm just trying to think like say let me change the question a little bit and see what you think. Say you were immortal, like you lived years and years and years and years. Would you ever be able to figure it out?
I'm thinking about it now. I think more the more I'm thinking about it, I think I might notice it when a couple like colds down the line when I haven't sneezed in a while. Like I don't sneeze often when I have a cold, but it happens enough, and that is like the part of a cold where that like sucks the most. You know what I'm talking about? Like when you sneeze and you have like a full like body aches, it just hurts. So I guess
Okay.
that would be
Okay.
where I'd be like, that hasn't happened to me in a long time. I feel like that would maybe be the only time I would notice it, and I would probably still be 2 or 3 years down the line. I think is the earliest I would ever notice that.
For yourself. But then the question is just for everyone in the world to stop sneezing. So would
Oh,
it
I think people would notice it after like a month.
okay. Well, I'm saying no, for you specifically. How long would it take you to notice that everyone stopped sneezing?
I think in the 2 or 3 years, I would probably start asking some questions,
Okay.
and then I'd be, oh, okay, am I the only one experiencing this, or is this like a universal thing? And then, so it'd probably be around the same time that I realized I haven't sneezed in a long time, where I would just like bring it up as a joke to some of my friends, and then from there they might also have noticed that, and then we're like, oh, okay, so maybe everyone's just experiencing this and nobody sneezes anymore.
Yeah, I feel like there's definitely
So I think once I notice it, I think it would be quick for me to realize it's across the board.
yeah, especially because if everybody stopped it, then you have people to like compare your story to. Like if it
Yeah,
did, if it really did happen, like everybody stopped sneezing, people would probably find out relatively quickly, I feel like, because people are going to be able to start talking to each other. And like if as soon as you know you're not, then you're comparing it with other
yeah, that's a
people.
fair point too.
But I don't know.
I have
I
a reputation of making things up too, so if I'm not the first person to bring it up, I think that like would be better for me.
fair enough. Fair enough, guy.
How quickly do you think you would notice the sneezing?
Um, I don't know. Probably for myself, I feel like it would take 5 years for me to get suspicious, 10 to 15 to be like, I am not sneezing. I am 100% not sneezing. And then I don't know, probably if it was the whole world and like it was a collaborative effort, I feel like it's taken less than a year to figure out as a community.
Yeah, okay.
But okay, we'll wrap that one up there. Thank you, Allison Waldman, for providing that question. She actually provided like a whole sheet of questions for Breaking the Iceberg, which I've
Oh,
been sifting through and choosing a couple from there. We'll probably put on a couple more for Fan Question Fridays, which is something that we're going to be starting to do on our Instagram account. So keep an eye out for that. The first one that was posted there was also Allison Waldman's, and it popped off on Instagram as well. So thank you for providing that. And hopefully that gives inspiration to anybody else who's thinking about sending some more questions in. So thank you guys. We will jump on to number two. Kai, are you ready for question number two?
let's get it.
All right, let's do it. Question number two, provided by Alyssa Kimpton. Thank you, Alyssa, I can't speak. Thank you, Alyssa, for providing this question. Question number two, would you rather be able to control all the worms in the world or be able to shapeshift into any animal, but only below the waist?
All the worms. That I feel like is a no-brainer.
What are you doing with the worms?
I'm controlling governments with the worms.
What?
What do
And what do
you
you
could I could take over the entire world if I had all of the worms at my control.
what would you do? I don't understand. Talk to me. How are you? I
I don't
don't
know.
get
I
it.
just feel like how many worms are there? Like there's millions and millions of worms. If I can control all of them, I'm gonna have a worm army, and people are not gonna. They're gonna have to take me seriously.
That's you'd probably be the first. You'd probably be the
I'm
first.
definitely conquering some small country's government with my worm army.
What?
We'll become
So
Wormtopia.
okay, Wormtopia, and
Yeah, and I'll be the Worm King.
Okay, okay. I'm trying to understand, like, I don't you think like a bunch of worms would lose in a battle to like anybody? Like, I feel like a
See,
human
but
being
this is
could
the
take.
thing. It's a subtle takeover. Like it's not like a I can't like we're not going to be using any weapons, but like all of your tech gone because the worms are just going to kind of slide in your tech areas and just
Okay,
jam up all the cords.
okay, okay. So you're like, okay, so you're like slow subversion almost, you're
Oh yeah.
okay.
Maybe I learn how to like get them to learn data and I go and I take millions of dollars from a bank.
Okay,
Like I
okay.
get the bank codes.
Is there any thought in your mind to use the worms for good, or are you just going full blown evil Kai?
Uh I mean to be able to do good, you first have to do some evil. I think that's
A
like
little Robin Hood
that's a
action.
proverb probably, yeah.
Okay.
Uh but I feel like once I have like some control or some money from the banks that I'm robbing with my worms, they're never going
Okay.
to be able to track that back to me.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
what are you gonna file a lawsuit on a worm, put a worm in prison?
Yeah, put the worm in prison. I don't care. He's going to slither out. You can't there's no handcuffs for a worm. You think it's a box? I have 1,000 worms coming to get that one worm.
That's true. That's true.
But then I'd eventually use it for some good, but I got to have some fun first.
Okay. Okay. Is that your idea of fun is robbing banks, or is there any other things on the
Well, I'm
list?
assuming once I rob the bank and I have money, that's when I would have the funds. Like me and all my worms are gonna go to like Fiji or Turks and Caicos.
Oh, okay. Okay. I'm here for that. Okay.
Yeah, beach party with all my worm homies.
That'd be pretty fun, dude. That'd be a first, man. Do you think you'd have like an uprising against like certain atrocities against worms? Like I'm thinking like the worm industry for fishing. Like there's a bunch of worms out there just in fridges. You know what I'm saying? Are
I
you
I feel like
controlling
if
them
I
out of that?
yeah, there's no more. We're using non-live bait only for fishing for sure. I'm a little bit worried. Can I take control of all the worms without causing uh like is it economical damage? Like I don't want to destroy ecosystems because I'm taking all the worms.
I think I think that's just the nature of the power. So you'd have to be careful with how you use
Oh
it,
my
but
goodness, I had to. So I'm going to destroy ecosystems then because it's like has to be done.
possibly. I mean, yeah, I guess if you removed worms from a certain ecosystem, then all of a sudden, like you said, like, I don't know, whatever
Yeah, we're going to have a
consumes
bird
worms.
shortage, which is unfortunate.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Or
yeah,
the
yeah.
birds are going to have to find. Maybe I have the birds. I make a deal with the Bird King, and I know
Okay.
you had Lizard Woman, so maybe I have a deal with her where me as Worm King we strike a deal, and I let her have all of the other insects, but she leaves the worms alone.
There you go. Okay, we're gonna have to talk with consult Lizard Woman on this one. And we might have to have you guys on like a double podcast. I like the
Okay.
Worm King title. I appreciate the
I
title.
I would negotiate peace treaties with Lizard Woman.
Okay, okay. She's pretty cruel against animals, so you got to be careful, but
Yeah, but
she
I
might be
have more
open.
power than she does because I have all the worms.
Okay, okay.
I don't
Okay.
even. Here's the thing, though. I'm going back to the original question now because
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
there's no scenario where half me being an animal is better than infinite worms.
Okay, what about I'm trying to come up with one. What if like
Like I'm trying to think, like if I could, because I like playing like sports and stuff. So if I could have like the leaping ability of a rabbit or a kangaroo, maybe
yeah.
like that would be pretty cool. But like I I have infinite worms. I'm good at volleyball. I can be good at volleyball with my infinite worms.
Do you think there's no scenario like in a work atmosphere you could use like some kind of animal power to like your advantage? Like, I don't know. I'm trying to think of one.
What's a work scenario where you're using your legs?
I don't know. I don't know.
I
I'm
guess
really
if
trying
we
to come
want
up
to
with
be
one.
ethical about the way we're doing it, maybe I find something that has an extremely strong leg and I just become an NFL kicker.
There you go. Okay, okay.
But again,
But
I'd
still,
rather have my worm army, I think.
okay, Worm King it is all the way. No
Yeah.
question. You're pretty locked set on that. There's not
I
a lot
don't
that would
even
change
think
your
that's
mind.
a hesitation. That's an instant. I want all the worms.
Fair enough. Honestly, Kai, I'm trying to like argue with you. I always do this with the guests that come on. I try and like take a different perspective to make it interesting for the listener.
Yeah,
But I can't. I'm not sure. I'm not sure I disagree with you. I think the worms are pretty
I'm
good. I'm
trying to
not.
think of a good animal, like something with a strong leg, and then using that strong leg. But I can't think of another way where you're using your legs to your advantage in a way that I couldn't do something more productive for myself with worms.
Yeah. What about like a water creature? Would you ever consider something like that? Like a
But the
dolphin?
problem is I can't breathe underwater. I just have
Yeah.
like fish legs, which
Yeah.
what does that even mean? I can swim well.
Yeah. Doesn't hit as hard as
Like
having a
if I
bunch of
tried to
gills.
compete and as a part fish, they wouldn't let me do that. I'd for sure be disqualified.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Okay, we'll round that one out there because I think that we pretty much covered the bases. We got Worm King out here. Watch out for Worm King. If that power ever comes into reality, we might be in trouble if it falls in
If
Kai's
you start
hands.
seeing people use worms as bio weapons, you know where to look.
Yeah, we might not have to post this episode, Kai, in case
Yeah,
that
you
ever
might you
happens.
might not be able to actually.
Yeah. Okay. Number three, we will jump on to the next question submitted to us by Joe Bell. Thank you, Joe, for I cannot speak today.
It's the names that get you every
Dude, it is.
time.
It is. I'm sorry, Joe. I'm sorry. Thank
Joe's
you
not
so
even a
much,
hard
Joe.
name.
I know, dude. I know. Oh man. I'm trying to get better, man. I'm working on it. I'm working on it.
You're
All
good. You're
right.
good. You got time.
Thank you, Joe Bell, for providing this question to us. Number three. If I gave you $1,000 for staying consecutive nights inside of a car, how many nights would you stay? And some specifications provided to us by Joe. You have unlimited fuel. You can hang any part of your body outside of the car if you want to, as long as you don't touch the ground. You can use any car you currently own, and you can prep the car in any way you see fit. I'll say you get 1 week to prep. How many nights in a row would you stay?
I think I could go a year, at least a year.
Wow. Okay. You
Yeah.
can't exit the car, period.
Oh.
Yeah.
I
Sorry,
misunderstood the
sorry.
question. I thought I could leave the car during the day. I just had to live in my car for a year.
No, no. You have to stay in the car, I think. Well, actually let me reread this question, see how Joe wants it to be.
Because it does change. I think it's a
Oh,
probably.
he has it a little differently. He says 1,000. I misread it. $1,000 for every consecutive hour you spend in the car. So it's nonstop.
Okay. Nonstop. I think I could make it a month.
Okay. 30 days.
Yeah. So basically, what I'm thinking, so I have a Subaru Crosstrek, and the prep I would do is I'd get rid of the passenger seat, like that goes away, and then I'd put all the back seats flat, and I put a mattress back there,
Okay.
and then I have like a little bit of space where I can like easily maneuver back and forth between the front and the back of the car. But then, yeah, the trouble is going to be is moving. Oh, maybe not a month.
How are you're stocking up the car? You're loading it with food and stuff?
Oh, I'm just going to go to a drive-through whenever I need.
Oh, I guess yeah, that's fair. I didn't think about that.
Yeah, you can get food in the car pretty easily.
Yeah. You just need to have unlimited money.
Well, I'm getting a
However,
thousand
well,
dollars every hour.
yeah, yeah. I wonder if it gets paid out like immediately. We'll say sure. We'll say it gets paid out
Even
immediately.
if it doesn't, I'll take a month off of work, and I'm hoping to go that long, but probably a week. I think after a week, I would be. I That's when you start because you can still get like I feel like when I go stir crazy or like you get cabin fever, a lot of it is you can't go outside. Like you can still have the windows open and get all of the fresh air. You just can't move is the problem.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. And it would just be like you feel like you need to like get out and stretch kind of thing.
Yeah, like at some point I like either being sitting down or like horizontal is gonna get where I can't do it anymore. So probably
Okay.
a month would be the goal, but I think probably closer to like a little over a week.
Okay. It would be what you actually do.
Yeah.
I mean,
Because
if
a
we're going
thousand
off,
dollars a day, $1,000 an hour, I can push myself pretty hard.
yeah, I mean, that's a lot of money, even just a week. $1,000 an hour, that's $24,000 a day times seven. I mean, you're kind of balling.
Yeah.
What? So talk to me like specifically about the setup. Like what food? Oh wait, you're not buying foods to prep. What are you setting up your car in any way? Are you like setting up a bed kind of thing in there
Yeah,
or
I said I'd take out the passenger seat. So the front seat of my
okay.
car, I'm gonna get rid of it because that way, and then I would find a way to cut the like get rid of the console in the middle too,
Yeah.
which I feel like is pretty standard on all cars because then you have an easy way to get from the driver's seat to the back seat without trying to like climb over a ton of stuff. And
Yeah.
then the back seat, you just lay down and you just put like a mattress pad back there and you chilling.
Yeah. Huh. I'd be this is an interesting question actually because I think you're underselling yourself. I bet you could go longer.
I think because if you couldn't like have the windows open at all, I think you it's a week is the longest you can go. Because
Yeah.
I think at some point it gets too stuffy. But if you can have the windows open and get some fresh air, and you could drive wherever you want, you said unlimited fuel. So
Yeah.
like I'm gonna go drive and like see the sights that I can see from my car, like all of those things. But at some point, the not standing up, I think, would get to me.
You just make a trip out of it basically.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. That's cool. I'm here for that. And that'd be you'd still be making a good amount of money even off just a week. I
Yeah.
feel that. I feel that. All right, we'll wrap that one up there. That was a good one. Thank you, Joe Bell, for providing that question to us. The next
W.
question.
Joe.
That's right. W. Joe. That is right. If you want to be like Joe and you want your question to be provided onto the show, please just shoot me a DM on Instagram. That would be a great place to reach me. And if it's a good question, I'll probably throw it in the show. So keep an eye out for that. Send me your
And if it's a
questions.
bad question, he'll block you on all social media.
Yeah, so watch out for that. It has happened before. Kai would know.
I'm blocked, actually. I can't see any of the posts.
Yeah, yeah, unfortunate. He doesn't even know what the episodes look like when they come out.
Yeah. I just
All
come and
right.
record.
Yeah. Thank you, Kai, for taking that sacrifice, even though you can't see anything. Number four. Let's see. Oh, this one is an adapted question. Thank you,
Ooh.
Allison, again for providing this. She was the one who provided the first question for today and some previous questions that we have used. Her document has been fantastic. This one I adapted slightly, so I do apologize. It's not quite the same, but I think it makes it a little more interesting. So, number four, if you had to be submerged in one liquid every day before you went to work, what liquid would you choose?
And it can't be water.
It cannot be water.
TikTok comments and your Instagram comments are going to get after you. Obviously, the answer is
yeah,
water.
yeah. I forgot to mention it cannot be water. Yeah.
I'm going to go through, like, there are some that are, like, obvious no's. Like, anything, it has to be something that's not sugary, I think, is the first key. So,
Okay.
like, any soda, it's not going to be, because you're going to be too sticky.
Sports drink
Juice,
gone.
no
Juice
sports drinks.
gone.
Juice gone. Syrup gone. But the problem is,
Zero.
what does it leave you then?
What about
Oh
milk?
man. See, that's an interesting one because I don't think you'd be that sticky after milk. Did milk leave you sticky?
I don't know. I haven't really let milk sit on my skin for that much longer
Dude,
than.
so when we're talking submerged, full clothes submerged, naked submerged.
We'll say naked submerged. So you don't have to submerge
Okay.
in your
And do I get a
clothes.
towel or no towel?
That is the question.
I
I'm
think it's
gonna
got to be
say
no towel.
no towel. It doesn't because then you
Because
could
if
do
it's
any
towel, the
liquid.
answer is Sprite Zero is the answer. It's no towel.
Why? Why? Why is that?
It's a clear liquid. It's easy to dry off. I don't think you're going to be that sticky after Sprite Zero.
Okay. We're gonna say no towel for the sake of the question.
Yeah, so you got to air dry because if you're air drying any soda, you're going to be sticky.
Okay.
So now I
I'm
got to
with you
think.
there. I feel that. What about like I'm thinking a couple other ones. Coffee.
Coffee would be interesting. I actually think that, and you could veto this because this kind of feels a bit cheesy on my part. I'm
Okay.
thinking like a nice, like a bubbly. Have you ever had a bubbly? It's like a seltzer
See,
water.
I think I have to ban bubbly.
Yeah, because I don't. It's kind of cheap because it's effectively soda, but you're not. There's no sugar, so you're not going to be sticky.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think yeah, no bubbly, no sparkling waters.
I think
Still
another interesting one, coffee. But if you want, it's a risky one because you could get fired from your job. But if you went with some kind of like liquor, maybe like a tequila or something, I don't think you'd be that sticky after tequila or like a vodka.
really.
But
That'd be
you'd
an interesting one.
smell really bad.
Really, yeah,
You
that would
smell
not be a good look.
very strong, and depending on your work setting, you might not be able to get away with that.
Yeah. Oh, and every day too. There's no way you'd get away with that. Like
Yeah, you have
you
to be
couldn't
working from
hide it.
home every day or have to have the most understanding boss in the world. Because I work in an elementary school, there's no way, there's no chance. If I came and smelled like tequila for like a week, they'd be like, "Hey,
See ya,
what you
buddy.
got going on?"
Yeah. Yeah. No, I
That's
feel
kind
that.
of
I
an
think
interesting one.
I feel like you would be sticky after that, but I'm not sure. What about like tea?
Tea, I think, is the
Is-
better option because it's tea, coffee, and milk are the top three right now.
Okay.
And I think milk, the smell would be bad because milk, when you dry, is going to not be good. Coffee is just such an intense smell. I feel like it's very strong, and I think you would get bothered by it eventually. I think so. I think tea might be the number one option.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of other good ones though. There's got to be a better liquid. Tea's the best choice for sure because you can't. I'm trying to.
What about this thought just came to mind. I don't know if we I don't know if it would count. What about like melted butter?
That'd
Is
be
that a
a
liquid?
nightmare.
It wouldn't be
That'd be a
sticky,
night.
would it? It'd be like slippery.
That'd be horrible.
Okay. Uh,
Melted butter. You're so sticky. Did you say you wouldn't be sticky?
I don't know. I feel like
That's a
I,
crazy pull from you. That no, you'd be so sticky.
okay, I take it back. I take it back. Is there anything else on the list of options?
I googled liquids.
Okay.
Magma on the table.
If
Liquid
you want to get out of
nitrogen.
this situation,
Just
this would be
end
a
it
sucky
real
situation.
fast. I think like a cold herbal tea is probably the move though.
Okay. See, herbal
Blood
tea,
is
like,
another option that they're saying online.
oh gosh, that one,
That would be another
that,
nightmare one. Like you're just gonna be red.
yeah, you could not do that one.
What about like a carrot juice? Like what if you was like a freshly squeezed like a carrot juice or like something like that where there's not a lot of sugar in it,
I was gonna say, if you pick something that's not fruity, I feel like it wouldn't be that sticky. It'd be
or a
kind of
celery juice.
nasty.
Would a celery juice work?
I don't know. I'll have to test to see if dried celery juice is sticky or not. I
I
think you
still
could get
think
away with a
herbal tea.
vegetable.
If you went with an iced herbal tea, I think that's probably the best move.
Okay. Okay. All
You
right.
have
Well,
a bit like I think you have potential to still smell good with a tea. Like coffee, it's a very distinct smell, and some people like it, some people don't. Tea, I don't think has that intense of a scent either way.
yeah. And people sometimes like the scent of tea too. And
Yeah.
yeah, I think tea is a
I
good
can't get
choice.
over you saying melted butter isn't sticky.
I feel like it might be slippery. Like I was trying to give a contrast to the stickiness, but I don't know. Maybe melted butter would be pretty bad.
Melted butter, you're just gonna ugh.
It'd be like slimy, not like I don't know.
Slimy's worse than sticky. That's a
Is it?
debate we can have right now. What do you think's worse, slimy or sticky?
I think I would pick slimy.
No, you would. Sticky
I
is so much better than slimy.
really is it?
Yes, a thousand
Everything's sticking to your
percent.
fingers then. I don't know.
Because slimy, you're oozing. Like it feels like ooze, and that's just a disgusting feeling. Sticky, it's like
Yeah, but
Yeah,
sticky,
I
you're
just
like
feel
making a
ugh.
noise as you're like as
Yeah,
you
I
walk
would rather
around.
make that noise than feel like I'm slimy.
Okay.
This might have to be a question of itself. Which would you rather be, sticky or slimy?
There you go. I'll drop that
That's
clip
my
of you
fan
right
submitted
there.
question.
All
That's my
right.
fan submitted question. Would you rather be sticky or slimy?
All right. I'll have to
You
clip
really
that
rather
one.
be slimy? Sticky?
No, slimy. I pick
Yeah,
slimy.
you'd rather be slimy. That's crazy.
Yeah. Okay. We'll wrap that one up here.
Yeah,
Maybe
sorry,
loop
I
that one
went
back
way
in.
off the rails on that one.
No,
I
no,
just
no, no.
can't
I
believe
might
you'd
have
rather
to.
be slimy.
I think next time we have you on, I might have to work that into another question, make it
Yeah,
more
you might
interesting.
have to.
I think that could be a good debate. All right. Let's see, number five. Oh, we're already on number five. Yeah, we are. Number five, provided to us by Elise Reed. This is an adaptation. So she sent it through. I'm adjusting it to how I see fit, but I think she'll appreciate the adjustments. Here we go. You have to name your baby in the following method. Here's how it works. There is a board the size of a garage door. You're standing 10 feet away from it and you have a dart. On that board is a map of countries of the world. You have to throw that dart, and whatever country you land on, that is the name of your kid. If you miss, your baby dies. What country are you aiming for?
What? It can't just be whatever I hit that the baby gets that name. The baby, if I pick a country, the baby's just dead.
No, 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 no. If you don't hit any country, if you don't hit any country, your baby
Oh,
dies.
okay, okay.
Yeah. So if you hit an ocean, your baby dies. Or if you
Oh,
don't hit the
like
board, your baby
Australia is
dies.
very risky because it's not or a small island. Like the Philippines would be scary because there's a lot of tiny islands that you could easily miss.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So basically, what country is big enough that I'd want to name my child after?
Yeah. But I don't know. Like, even if you like something as big as Russia, you got some ocean there. So you
Yeah.
have to be careful. Like, are you trying to? I mean, it's a big map. You're
I
only
think
10
where I
feet
would
away from it.
go is Africa, probably. I think I'd have to aim somewhere in Africa because I think Africa has. Oh, man. I probably can't name some of my kids. I can't name my kid Nigeria, that's for sure.
That's probably a little
So maybe
not a
not
good move.
Africa.
But you
Maybe
won't
it's
have a
just it.
choice if you land on
But
it.
I don't like Europe. Like none of the countries in Europe, I'm like, oh, that's a pretty baby. Like I don't want to name my kid France.
Yeah,
Like Sweden, Switzerland. I don't.
Germany.
Germany, no.
You
Netherlands,
could hit
no.
Chad. You could go for Chad.
See, yeah, you could go for like that's why I think like even Egypt isn't that bad of a name. I don't think
Yeah,
North Africa or South Africa would be kind of tough. I think
yeah.
you got to roll the dice with Africa,
What about
and
Canada?
I don't like that as a
You don't
name.
like Canada? I thought that might hit.
No,
So you'd go
am
for
I allowed to
somewhere in
look up
Africa.
countries in
A hundred
Africa?
percent, 100%. You can pull up a map if you want.
Okay, here we go. I got a countries of Africa pulled up.
Okay.
Chad's pretty big. Chad is not a bad. Again, grand scheme of things, Chad on the map is tiny, but in Africa, it's right in the middle. So I feel like you're safe to aim for that. If
Okay.
you miss Chad, let's see, Kenya's around there, Sudan. Sudan's not great. Also, Niger's right there,
Too
which is
risky.
another one I'd be in trouble with.
Yeah. Would not be a good look.
Uh, man, I think Chad is the best option. I'm trying to think of other countries that are.
What about like South America?
See, I don't know. Like Brazil is the only one that I'm like, I could see naming a kid Brazil. Like, I don't want to name a kid Chile. I don't want to name a kid Peru.
Yeah, those are okay.
Plus,
I feel
I
like those
feel
are
like I don't know. Africa feels big enough too that like I'm a pretty decent shot. I think on a map of the world, I can hit Africa pretty easily. I think South America, if you're not going Brazil, gets kind of dicey.
Yeah. No, I get that. Because all those other countries I feel like are pretty relatively small. Like I don't know. I mean, compared to Brazil, right? Brazil's like definitely the biggest country in South America.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like the wide part too.
Yeah.
Oh
It'd be the
man, that
target
is
if you were going for
tough.
it.
I think the move is you just aim for Africa and you hope you aim for the middle and you hope you get Chad.
Okay. Okay. Isn't Chad like pretty
I
north though? Or am I
it's
tripping?
when I'm saying the middle, I'm talking about of the top where it's like a big
Okay.
like kind of bubble because you know it's like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
that
And that's
like
like
it's the
wideness
middle of
wise.
the top. Yeah.
Yeah. That has to be on a garage door. That map, that section of the map has to be
It's
like
probably
straight.
pretty dead center.
It's probably pretty dead center and it's probably pretty big. So you're probably not missing. So
Yeah, I
your
don't think
baby's
I would be able to miss Africa, but there's some bad ones that you could get.
yeah.
But yeah, I think that's the move.
Okay, so you'd shoot in the middle of Africa. Uh,
Yeah.
Okay, I could see that. I could see that. What are some of the bad ones like around Chad that you might hit?
Yeah, I mean Niger is pretty bad.
Yeah.
It and again, it's not like I think it'd be a great name. I just personally can't name my child that.
Yeah, yeah,
That'd
yeah. For the
be
audio listeners, me and Kai are both white dudes. So
very
that would
white.
very
Very
white, very
white.
pale. That would
Uh
not be a good look.
like Zaire's not terrible. That's a little south.
Okay.
Uh Egypt a little north.
Would Egypt be like a girl's name you
Yeah,
imagining?
it had
Or
to be a girl.
okay.
Libya, you call her Libby, that's not bad.
Yeah, Libya's cute.
Yeah, that middle of Africa is definitely the move because I'm looking out
Okay.
there. Central Africa would be a kind of a tough name, but like there's a lot of like decent ones. Yeah, if you go for like the Chad, Libya, Egypt, and then skip Central Africa, Zaire, I think that's not bad. Or Angola, like I think if Africa's your best move.
Okay. I'm with you. I think I'm fully there with you on this question. I
High
can't.
risk, high reward. You're gonna have a name that works. It might just be really you might just put yourself in a tough spot.
Yeah, yeah. But I feel like end of the day, what's important here is the baby's alive too. So
Yeah, true, true. I'm
you're
not
shooting
missing
safe.
Africa. It's big enough on a map that I'm gonna be able to hit that, and it's center enough that it's not gonna be a weird throw either.
Yeah, yeah.
Because
Because
if you go for like Antarctica is like big, but if you miss high, you're done.
yeah, yeah. And I don't know if I want to name my kid Antarctica either.
No, but I'm talking about like you're keeping if I'm going to keep the baby alive, Canada's or Russia's not bad.
Yeah, yeah.
Like if the
It,
option is I'm gonna miss or my baby's gonna be named Russia, I'll go with Russia. But
yeah,
Africa's big enough that I think I can hit it pretty consistently. It's just within that Africa, how specific are we getting?
yeah. Because there's a lot of like maybe not so big countries that you're picking from, but you're trying to hit smaller ones at that point.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm with you. I feel that. I think that's a good answer, Kai. Thanks for looking that up for us for the question. Thank you, Elise, for providing that bonus question on today's episode. We have a bonus sixth question, also provided to
Oh,
us by Elise. Here it goes. How much cheese is too much cheese? Direct quote.
how much cheese is too much cheese?
Yep. You can take that however you like.
I'm gonna go 5. And I think it's a blanket answer of 5 because in every scenario, when you say how much cheese, I think if you say 5, no, 6. I think 6 actually.
Wow.
Because
Okay. I
5, I think is there's some areas where sometimes 5 can be good. 6 is always too much.
I'm thinking like what if I ask how many slices of cheese do you want? You say 5?
Yeah,
That's
like
not
5. If I'm making a grilled cheese, that's a good grilled cheese, but that's a lot of cheese.
okay. Okay.
But
What
like that's a
about
scenario where 5 is probably too much. But then the scenario where like you're at a restaurant and they're like, how much cheese? And they're doing the thing for you. I guess it's more of this, where they're like rolling the cheese. If you go, when I'm saying five in that scenario, five's not enough for seconds or then to do that because that's slow.
Okay.
Six is too much. Five's good.
Okay, okay. I'm here for that guy. I appreciate that. I wasn't sure where that question was gonna go, and I promised her I'd put it on the show. So I think five's a good answer. I'm
Yeah,
trying
because
to apply it to other scenarios, like other cheese scenarios.
like
Is
if
there
I'm
any?
talking about like there are scenarios where five is too much, but I think across the board, six is always too much.
Okay.
Because if we're talking about cups of soup, five is like, that's probably too much. Six is definitely too much cups of soup.
Okay. Wait, how does that relate to cheese? Or are you just saying it just in
Cheese soup.
cups?
I was thinking like a broccoli cheddar.
Oh, okay. I got you. Okay. But
Cheese
five is
sticks.
like
I could have
borderline.
five cheese sticks. I can't have six cheese sticks.
Okay.
That's the
Interesting.
line.
Honestly, I feel that. I feel that. Um,
Something
but I'm
about
trying.
five feels like I could. Five is fine.
Okay. Five five slices of cheese pizza. Six is a little too much. Or
Yeah,
doesn't
five on
apply.
if we're partying with the boys, big football Sunday. Five is probably because I'm not really eating other than dinner on that. So five is like the max. Six is too many.
Okay. Huh. I'm
Because you're
trying to
talking about
find
what's too much. Like there, five is not is you're approaching the limit, but we're not at the limit yet. Six is always past the limit.
okay. I'm I'm really desperately trying to find a counter example. Do you think there's any counter example to your answer, or do you think you're pretty set on
The
it?
slices of cheese is the closest one, but I can kind of wiggle my way out of it every time by saying that it's a limit. Like I would go max of five.
Yeah. Because like
Because
on a
it's
sandwich.
not when cheese is too much cheese. It's how much cheese is too much cheese. Like
Yeah.
I can see a scenario where I'm like, oh, five slices of cheese. I'm fine with that. I can't see a scenario like six slices of cheese. I'm okay with that.
All right, all right. Sounds good, Kai. I like that answer. Nicely done, guys. This is why we have Kai on the podcast because he thinks these things through. So thank you, Kai. I don't think I could have pitched that question to anybody else and they would have been given an answer like that. So thank you. Um,
Glad I could help.
yeah, dude. I guess with that, that's pretty much concludes our first fan episode. For the fans out there listening, again, if you want to provide an episode, we would love your questions to put on our episodes. So shoot me a DM. We can talk it out, see if it's any good, and we can put it on our episodes. If you could check us out at our Instagram page, that is where we're gaining the most traction right now. If you can give us a follow there, that would be absolutely fantastic. Kai, thank you so much for coming on again. Do you want to leave the audience with anything today?
Just if you ever have six pieces of cheese, that's too much cheese, no matter what the scenario is.
You heard it here first, guys. I'm breaking the iceberg. Don't do it, or Kai's gonna
And if
come
you ever
after
hear
you.
of worms taking over countries, don't come looking for me. But it probably is me.
The Worm King himself.
Yes,
Well, thank
sir.
you. I feel like I might have to call you that from now on. We will have to get an episode where it's Worm King versus Lizard Woman. If you don't know who Lizard Woman is, you got to go find out. Listen to some of the previous episodes. But with that said, if you enjoyed the content today, give us a like, a follow, a subscribe. All of that helps us grow. And if you don't enjoy the content, I don't believe you because you stayed to the end of the episode. So just give us that like, give us the
Yeah.
follow. But with that said, thank you guys for tuning in. We really appreciate the support, and we will be back at it again soon. Peace.